I whoop your head, boy. You know I will. I whoop your head, boy.
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast live in Los Angeles at the Staples Center. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. And here's a look at our starting lineups, sponsored by State Farm. And one of the players we'll be seeing in this one, Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, when he gets on a roll, it's pretty much over. He can get into that zone where he's knocking down perimeter shots, using that speed and the size and the footwork to get any. Where he wants on the court, and when he gets to his spot, if he's knocking his shot down, forget it.
You know, and some guys may get on a roll and then lose focus, but that's not the case with Kobe. I mean, he may miss a few, you might try to call a timeout, but his aggressive mindset is always such that he's going to keep coming at you, and that's how a guy like him can end up with 81 points in a game.
With that road trip behind them, the Lakers ready to perform in front of their Los Angeles fans. And you look at this team, 17 games back from the top seed. We'll see how far they can make it.
And Kevin, a win here tonight means a 3-1 season series edge for this club. I think that's important just from an emotional standpoint, to kind of have that mental edge over your opponent.
Well, I couldn't agree with you more, Steve. When you play a team 4 times in the regular season, it's impossible not to kind of get wrapped up in the rivalry.
Well, there's some very popular destinations for free agents around the league. Chicago, New York, Miami. But for me, the Lakers are still the premier market for players. You know, big city, a history of winning with the Laker organization, and fantastic weather, of course.
There it is. It's Nash picking up the assist. Kobe's got his first basket of the night.
Kobe getting it done. Just a gorgeous shot that time.
Here's Kaman. The turnaround jumper. Count it. And, Steve, to follow up on your point, the whole aspect of Hollywood has always been a big lure for the Lakers as far as recruiting Clark free agents.
We've seen it over the years with all the big names they've gotten assigned in free agency. No doubt about it, the Lakers are still one of those destination teams for a lot of players in the league.
And stolen by Mayo. It's O.J. Mayo on the wing. He feeds it to James.
Seeing the Mavs in the playoffs is something that is almost a given at this point. I mean, they've made it each season since 2001.
The Mavericks shooting their first free throws of the game.
And in general, this has been a very good foul shooting team, about 79% on the season.
And they've made progress in that department from last season going into this one, guys. I mean, the numbers have improved.
Here's Kobe. No luck. Good work defensively by Marion. Going back to Dallas, you do take for granted that somehow, some way, they'll find their way into the postseason, Steve. And but the results, obviously, were they just got in, but they couldn't do anything once they got there.
Well, I give Mark Cuban a ton of credit for what Clark talked about, just the longevity of their success. And a lot of that has to do with Dirk Nowitzki as well. But Cuban had a vision. He's put together an amazing franchise, and Dirk has been the superstar to build around. What a run it's been for Dallas. That's a lot of height for the defense to have to deal with.
You know what, guys? I mean, especially against a guy with his touch.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
A short time ago, Mike D'Antoni and I were able to catch up. He said we've been playing some of our best basketball on offensive late and continued not a lot of mistakes, guys going to where they should be, setting good solid screens. Really, I can't ask for much more from them on the offensive end. Obviously, something he hopes can keep going here.
And thanks as always, Doris. And guys, the emphasis on quality shooting, getting those chances identified by their coach is a key for them.
Well, it sounds simple, Kevin. You got to shoot the ball well to win, but the way to try to do that is to get yourself the best opportunities possible, and that means executing offensively.
And not just executing, but not settling for anything but high percentage shots, guys. I mean, smart basketball and not forcing anything unnecessarily.
Here's Kobe, and there's another one for the Lakers.
I think it's as simple as this, guys. Get him the ball. That's all you need to do. Give it to him.
You know, guys, every year they take a survey of NBA GMs, and one of the questions last year was, who's the toughest player in the league? Kobe Bryant got the most votes, and it wasn't even close.
Gasol, defended by Nowitzki. Kobe goes in. Nash, the three. The shot will not go. James against Kobe. Nice shot by James. Going back to Kobe Bryant and his toughness, he plays through injuries that other players, it seems like, can't succumb to.
Yeah, broken fingers, and he had a torn ligament in his wrist last season on his shooting hand, no less, and found a way to play through it. He's got a strong will to play.
Howard, that's good.
Well, he's an intimidating finisher around the basket, Kevin. The thing you have to do defensively is try to push him off the block, not let him get deep position. But that is easier said than done, that's for sure.
And Steve, you know what? He's powering through guys better now, playing through contact, but he's also starting to polish up his post move. So it's not just simply about him throwing it down, which he does with force and regularity. He's starting to add a little finesse to that power package, too.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Carter kicks to Collison. The feed now to Brand. A rebound by the Lakers. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And what a terrific game for their role players. Guys, they had players coming off the bench and chipping in offensively.
Yeah, and it was an unexpected boost, but a big one nonetheless. I mean, they didn't miss a beat. No matter what unit was on the floor, things were being done effectively.
Collison kicks it to Carter. It's up a three. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
And Rick Carlisle, head coach of the Mavericks, actually coached previously in Detroit and Indiana. And, you know, he won the Coach of the Year in his very first season as a head coach, 2002 with Detroit.
Gasol passes to Kobe. Kobe draws the double. Right with the double team. Gasol's shot is good.
But even with the double team, he had the vision to find the open man.
And going back to Rick Carlisle's time in Detroit, he'd gotten them as far as the conference finals in his second season, but was shown the door just prior to their championship year in 2004.
Yeah, the Pistons won the title the next year, so a move that obviously was justified, but a strange move nonetheless. Rick Carlisle had plenty of success, but that's the NBA. Coaches get blamed for everything, and to Carlisle's credit, he just moved on, kept working, and has had tremendous success ever since.
Here's Kobe after Darren Collison's bucket. Kobe's shot is off.
You'd expect him to nail that one being that close to the hoop.
Carter dishes it to Collison. Back to Carter. In low to Brand. Good D by Howard.
Hey, the defense was right there, just waiting, doing a nice job of anticipating that play.
Steve, every team needs tough interior defense to be successful.
Nice work to get inside and draw the foul.
Yeah, it's obvious. The defense not going to allow many easy layups. They're going to make you earn it from the line.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far.
The Mavericks.